What goes on, guys? We're back here again with yet another review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new 40th anniversary Playmates figures of the original sketch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And this is just a great concept, in my opinion. I think that this makes for some awesome action figures, and while it didn't take me long to get these, but damn, I went on a wild goose chase when I did not have to. If you follow me on TikTok, which if you're not, go ahead and do that. I was posting about how I found these three all at once. First Target I went to. Awesome. Just walked in, took them. There you go. Mikey was not on that shelf. So unfortunately, I had to go around and look for like 5 other Targets. I was waiting for my girlfriend to get done. And unfortunately, it was there. Mikey was there. All I had to do was ask, and that's really frustrating. So definitely on me, but you know, it's the journey, not the destination. So here is the little read up. They all share the same read up, and they all share the same barcode. So there you go as well. I really need to mention, this art's awesome. I'm happy to have this artwork. I love that. But Playmates, if you want to make action figures of these two versions, please do. I'm hoping that that's why they're on the back of the box. I heard, and I'm pretty sure that NECA is making this version. I heard that got leaked. I'm here for it. And if one of those two companies, or another one, whatever, wants to take on this version, I'm here for it too. I'll never, ever have enough turtles. So with that being said, without further ado, let's go ahead and open these sketch turtles up. So getting these little guys out of the packaging, I gotta say, this is a really nice set of turtles. I was not expecting to like these as much as I do, but I'm happy that that's the case. These are awesome. There's a lot to like about these things, especially for the price point. Now, these originally are going to be $14.99, but for some reason, when I was at Target this week, they rang up for like $10 a piece. And for that price, I mean, I don't even think $15 is bad, because each one of them does come with a decent amount of stuff, and I think the figures definitely warrant that price point, especially in today's action figure market. You know, that's a really good price these days. But for $10, I couldn't be much happier. So we'll go ahead and start with the leader, or what would be the leader of the group, Leonardo, in that all of them are very, very similar. There's a couple differences, the big ones being what straps they're wearing, and that Leo is the only one with knee pads, which is pretty interesting. I don't know why Leo was the only one to get the knee pads at the beginning, but he was, and their head sculpts are all going to be a little bit different. So, actually, Mikey and Raph might share a head sculpt. Yeah, I think Mikey and Raph share a head sculpt, and then Donnie and Leo's are inverted of each other. So he's got the more teeth on the one side than on the other, even though turtles don't have teeth. I think that's great. I love these little patches of line work. I kind of wish that they were somewhere else along the figure too. But I think my favorite part is like how they put this little bit of texture on the turtle. That is not something that I expected them to do, but I'm very happy that they did. It looks great. I really, really like the paint on it. It's very clean. Again, Leo's the only one with the knee pads, which is pretty cool. I like the way they sculpted it to go with the articulation. That is definitely a tail, not a wiener, but they all got it. So, and for the most part, the arms and legs, other than the knee pads on Leo, are all going to be the same throughout the turtles. And the plastron and the carapace, I believe, are the same. The body's the same, and then they all have different head sculpts. But I think that that's totally adequate. They're just fun, silly little guys, and I really, really like these figures. So, taking a look at what old Leo comes with. Leo probably comes with the most in his box, other than maybe Mikey. So, for starters, each one of them is going to come with this poster in there, which is pretty nice. It's the exact same one for each of them. Just a little piece of cardboard. If you want to hang that up somewhere, you can. I think that that's pretty cool with the Eastman and Laird. That's pretty awesome. It's really cool. So each one of them is going to come with that. So I'm not going to show that for each one of them, and then each one of them are going to come with this little ooze canister to like set this in. So if you want to, you know, set this behind them, you can do so. Probably not something I'm going to do, but even this just works as a cool accessory itself, with like just being like a little ooze splat. I think that's pretty cool. I like that quite a bit. Then they're going to come with a piece of a base. So Leo's comes with the sewer grid on there. There's actually like a wash in the sewer grid, which is super nice. And then these are all going to piece together. And if you forget who's who, Leo's name is on the bottom. And then, of course, he's going to come with his katana sheaths. So the long one with the peg here, I believe goes on this side. And then this one goes like this. But, like, I don't know. It's kind of a weird setup. There's holes on both sides, so I'm not exactly sure which way they go. I'm probably not going to have him use these, to be completely honest, because I think the one is supposed to go, like, this way. Maybe this one does go in this one. No, this one definitely goes in here. Yeah, I don't know. Not my cup of tea here, but maybe they go like that. That's probably right. Something like that. Maybe if I spin it this way. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Not something I really care about. But of course, when you have sheaths, you're going to need some swords, and I really like these swords. I like the little bend and the kick that it has in the hilt, or in the handle, I guess, rather. Looks really nice. I wonder why they chose that, because if you look in the picture, it kind of just looks straight, but yeah, I mean, I'm not complaining. I think it's cool. Get two of them, of course, and taking the sheaths out, because we don't care for them around here. You get to see old Leo with his katanas, of course, because how can you not have the turtles with their weapons? Come on now. And that looks awesome. Like, come on now. Who's not gonna like these turtles? I think this looks great. I'm just gonna go over the articulation for Leo, and I'm not gonna do it for the rest of them because there's no point. Again, all the same range. I really like how they did the head. It's just on a hinge and a swivel, but look at how much expression you can get with that. That looks great. And it looks good. Like, it works good and it looks good. Shoulders go up all the way. They will rotate 360. You do get an elbow joint in there that will rotate, and that does help quite a bit. And then the wrists are just going to swivel. There's no torso articulation, which I don't care about. And honestly, I think the hips, while being very simple, actually work pretty well. So they're not going to go forward and back too much. But if you twist them and put them out to the side, you can kind of like mimic like that, like you can almost get him like he's kneeling down if you angle it correctly, and that's pretty cool. And then the knee is gonna hinge and like rock, I guess, a little bit. So I like this. I think that this is a pretty good set, or like a pretty good like spread of articulation for a little guy, because like if you get both the legs out like this, like that's a pretty decent action pose for like the proportions of this body, because I would assume that a body like this is pretty hard to make into an action figure and actually have it work. But I think my biggest complaint with these guys is I don't like that the feet are hollow. That's an odd choice. But you know, it is what it is. It's not that big a deal. You're never going to see it, but it's just weird that that's what they went with. So I think the articulation totally works for a character design like this, and I'm not complaining at all. Then we'll go over to Raphael, and Raph is fucking angry. He's been angry since day one, and I like that. So he's got the new belt, or a different belt. I guess not new. They all came at the same time. He's got a different belt, but he also has a hole here for pegging something, and we'll talk about that when we get there. But I really do like the way that he looks. Again, their plastrons are all the same. The carapaces are all the same. It just looks like they just have like a little key piece there that glued in. So I guess... Oh, no, we'll talk about that when we get to Mikey. But there's like a little keyed piece there, which is pretty interesting what they did with Mikey. But he's a lighter green. I really, really like that they're all different greens. This is like a throwback to the original Playmates turtles. I think that's pretty cool. No knee pads here. Yeah, I mean, there's really not much else to talk about other than what he comes with. So he is going to come with the same back board thing with the picture on there. But this is his base. So his just is like asphalt, like the cracks in there. A dry brush on this kind of would have been nice. But Raph and Don have the same ones. So I guess they're interchangeable because this is Donnie's and Donnie's just says Raph and Don. Sure, works for me. I'll piece it together in the video for you. But along with that, Raph is going to come with... I guess he comes with a lot of stuff too. He's going to come with, of course, his sai. They look great. I love the gold paint on there. 3 colors for an accessory for a $15 action figure. That's nice. I like that. Get to put that in there. This was before he could do the cool in between, like, the finger thing. I don't know if I can get it in there. Maybe. I don't want to break it. You could kind of get that to work. Actually, that doesn't look terrible. I actually kind of like that. So you can get him to do that. That looks pretty cool. Or if you don't want them in his hands, which I don't know why you wouldn't, because there's no interchangeable hands for these, you can put them in there. So that looks pretty cool. I like that. But Raph was also originally supposed to have a sword. So they did come with the sheath. This one is different from both of Leo's. So Leo has this sword sheath here with this peg. And then this one has the peg going outward, whereas Raph's is going to the side. So no confusion here. You can throw this on here. And I think the short side goes... no, I guess it would go like this. And he comes with the sword. Same one as Leo, just in cherry flavored. So you can put that in there. But in the picture, it kind of shows like it's this way. I don't know. But that looks stupid. So, I don't know. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's nice. Not something I'm going to use, but I'm happy they included it. Now let's move to the objective best turtle, Donatello. And I really love his deep olive green color. Again, call back to the Playmates figures. I think that's great. He's got the over-the-shoulder strap, as he should. It pegs in right there. Remember that. Remember that. Get the sheath for it. And then his is open to the side, to the opposite side of Leonardo. So, again, not much else to talk about other than what he comes with. So, obviously, he comes with the same base as Raph. He comes with the same backboard thing and the piece that goes into it. And then he only comes with the bow staff. So, kind of weak on accessories for old Donatello. But, I mean, I don't know what else he needs to come with. Because at this point, he wasn't, like, the genius that he is today. Like, they were just designing these turtles. But he does come with a good-looking bow staff. I like that quite a bit. So there's that. But that's pretty much it for Don. I mean, it's a little disappointing that he doesn't come with anything else because he is the best turtle. But, what's here is pretty nice. I'd also like to mention that the hatch marks on all their shells are different. I don't know why they chose to do that, because in the original sketch there are none. I like it personally. It does add a nice little like color contrast, but it's odd because it's not in the original sketch. But they are all different between the 4, which is pretty cool. And then finally, we're going to be taking a look at Michelangelo. Now, Mikey's got a lot of different stuff going on with him, actually. So, obviously, he's naked. He doesn't have any straps going on him. But that's because they added this. He has different forearms than the rest to add in this plugged-in piece here for his nunchucks. So, I guess he keeps them on his wrist. Kind of an odd choice, but, if that's what the sketch... But, again, I don't know why the sketch says that or why they're doing that. Because in this sketch, he doesn't have them. So... it's a little odd. I'm not a huge fan of that, but, whatever. I'm going to have him hold the chucks anyway. And then what I think is really cool, well, first of all, he shares a head sculpt with Raphael, but I think what's really cool is they do have a plug-in piece there, and they just kind of put it in there to match the rest of the carapace, which is pretty funny because the rest of them all have their straps plugged in there, but he just has, like, you can see, like, a little cap there. I think that's funny. I love how round their shells are. Like, they're just, oh, man, such a good design. And then, let's take a look at what he comes with again. He comes with the backboard, the little stand to put it in. You get 2 nunchucks with real chains. That is awesome. Love to see it. Love, love, love to see it. That's pretty damn cool. So you can go ahead, put them in here. I'm not going to do both. It would have been cool if we got like a spinning effect. But, I mean, that's like one of the problems with real nunchucks is like they just hang there. Can't really get a cool display going with them, but that's pretty cool. And then for his base, he comes with this little corner piece with these holes in it, so for the back. But he also comes with this box and board. So that's pretty cool. So this is just going to plug into here very simply. like that. That looks pretty cool. And while we're here, we'll go ahead and attach the rest of them. So it seems as though it doesn't really matter what side for Donatello and Raphael it goes. So they're going to go in like that. That's actually a really loose fit. Really? Is that just how it goes on? That's kind of whack. Not a big fan of that. So they're really only going to stay together if you leave them down. Like, you won't be able to, like, assemble it and then pick this up and move it, which is kind of an odd choice. Where does this one go? Maybe it doesn't. And then Leo's piece goes like that. So you do get it when you get them all together. It's still, or I guess it kind of pieces together. It's a pretty loose fit, as you can see. I don't really know why they did it like that. I think it would have been better if they like clipped in. I think I would have preferred that as well. Though, in all honesty, I'm not going to be using this. I usually don't use bases when I, display my figures. Not only for a space thing, but I think it takes away from the illusion that they're real little guys. But, I mean, you can get it together. Looks fine, I guess. And then if you want to recreate the picture, this is how you're going to do it. So you're going to have Mikey up top. He's got his nunchucks in between his fingers. I don't know if that's something you can do with this. You can kind of do it like that. And his, like, in the original sketch, his foot is just floating, like he's, like, jumping. But, so that's why they, put this, like, box and board thing here. So if you want, you can put Mikey up here, and he's got his arm out there. And then this goes like that. Donnie, let's get Donnie over here. Donnie just puts his arms in front of him. He's ready to FS up. I should have put this hand in first. This hand's on top, so we'll go ahead and put that on there. Put Donnie in there. That looks great. Then we'll get Leo. Leo has one of his swords on his back right now, or like in the picture. So we'll go ahead and put this back here. And then his other one, he's holding over his head, which he can do for the most part, I'd say. For the most part. Get that. You can kind of get that to work. And then you're going to want to bend his legs. That down so Donnie, and then finally we'll get old Raphael. He does do the weird in between the fingers thing, so his is gonna be like this. I guess it just kind of goes over his fingers like that, and then he holds this one down like this. Man, that's tight. You might want to heat that up a little bit, just an FYI. And then turn that here, bend that leg, bend this one, and plug him in there, and boom! Look at that. That shit's nice. That looks good. I like that quite a bit. Maybe I will display them on the base. I don't know. It looks pretty cool. It's not perfect, but I mean, once you get them all together, I think it looks awesome, and I'm very happy to have this, in my collection. This is a great part of pop culture history, and it's really cool to have them on my display like this. So, taking a look at the size comparisons, they're all the same exact size, so I'm just going to have Leo here be the example here. Here he is next to the NECA Toys King Kong, along with the Jazzwares Fortnite series Peely. Here he is next to the McFarlane Toys Dark Knight Returns Batman, along with the Hasbro Marvel Legends X-Men series Darwin. And then finally, here he is next to the Hasbro What If series Zombie Captain America. So some of you might be out there wondering, yo, Ant, what are your final thoughts on these figures? And if you couldn't tell, I absolutely love them. I think it's a great idea to make into action figures. I'm actually surprised it took this long for a company to make this version of the Turtles, but I'm not complaining because they're here. They were revealed not too long ago and they released pretty easily. Like I said, like it was pretty easy to get these. It seems like Targets are getting only like 1 or 2 sets of these, so I would go check these while you can. I'm sure we'll get restocks down the road, but if you want these now like I did, I'd go start checking now, because at the time of this recording, June 2nd is their set date. It's not a street date because I was able to buy these, but it is a set date, which is a little bit different. So go check these out. I got lucky and found them, and hopefully you guys do too, because they are pretty awesome. So at the price point, again, I bought them for $10. But even at the price point of $14.99, I'm giving these guys an easy 10 out of 10. I think they are super fun little guys that look great on the shelf and are a great part of Turtle history for any Turtles collector who wants these on their shelf. So with that being said, I believe that's all I got for today. If you've not already, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Also be sure to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Letterboxd. I post a lot on all of those apps and have a great time, so I'm sure you will too. But as always, let me know. You coppin'? I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
What goes on, guys? I wanted to hop on here again and thank you all for watching, and to let you know that if the following apps interest you, feel free to follow me on them, as I put the links in the description for you guys. I really appreciate everything you all do for me, so DM me with any questions or thoughts. I'd love to sit and talk with you all. Again, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.